Hello and welcome to another folding tutorial brought to you by Popapology. In this video, I'll be showing you how to fold the baby boy design available online from my range of Origamic architecture cards as downloads, both from my website and other sites as well. So once you have downloaded and cut your piece, you should end up with something that looks like this. As you can see, we've got kind of stenciled representation of our boy text, and underneath that we'll see our shapes emerge with these kind of building block designs. This one can be a little bit tricky to keep crisp, but if you gently fold and deploy your shapes in unison, you should avoid any kind of buckling that potentially can happen. So just go slowly as you fold the shapes out, and as always, just deploy your piece in incremental stages across the whole page. So we just need to establish our first crease line, which is our base spine of the card, as you can see beneath my thumbs, and just using our other fingers, just press these shapes forward from the back underneath our what's going to become our mountain fold sections. So long as you press them around that area, they will just want to pop forward. Just make sure here that nothing gets snagged as it has done so here. So just press that shape back a little bit more, so it releases this cube area forward, and you just need to gently bring your design forward, but only to a relatively shallow degree of folding. As you can see, we've still got the top tier undeveloped section right here, which needs our attention. So now you just need to push that out again with a gentle kind of fingertip action from behind, and you can also just pinch from the front if it helps you achieve this deployment. And again, you can just go over all the areas just slightly using the same technique, just bringing it forward ever so slightly. What we are trying to do really here is just weaken those hinging points, thereby allowing for our card to deploy more easily. And we have just got one section which is slightly more resistant because it's slightly more detailed. So we need to zoom in on this kind of triangular element made up of small steps by just zooming in and kind of deploying it, making it catch up with the rest of our design before going forward with our collapse. But as you can see already, we're reaching a kind of 90-degree fold stage, and just make sure that you keep an eye on all the separate areas. And as you bring your shapes forward, you want to be doing it consistently across your design. It's very easy to neglect something and take your eye off one area and over fold in another area, thereby making a crease or a buckle where you don't want one. So just go across your shapes and just check your piece as you go constantly until you get to about just beyond a 90-degree fold, as you can see here from the side. And really you've reached a stage where you can now safely collapse your piece, but just make this a kind of gentle process, almost caressing your paper down from the back. And then once you're finished, just establish those creases by tapping down on your reverse side, especially on the areas where the creases are. And now as you open, voila, you should have a really crisp and beautiful finish, ready for your personalization and embellishment. Or alternatively, you could also add a backing sheet to eliminate this void left by our pop-up element by just gluing a transparency or a non-transparent different stock, just to give it a bit of contrast. But I tend to use a transparency paper because it allows us to have really beautiful lighting effects. So I would recommend you trying it at least, if you can get your hands on some transparency papers, then give it a go, and I think you will be very pleased with the results. As you can see here, you have some really beautiful light and shade effects, and also if you light it from the front, you will have some beautiful shadow plays, like a puppet theater kind of setup on the back. So do have fun and experiment with your own versions of different stocks, and if you want to share the results of your experiments, you can do so on my Facebook page. So I do welcome your photos if you wish to share. Thanks very much for watching, and hope you enjoy this project along with all the other videos that are available online. So happy folding, and see you again soon.